welcome to the Something or Other tour. This is gonna have to be goodbye, fellas. I'm gonna be shaking hands with St. Peter as soon as the old lady hears about this. All right, be right back. I gotta go like a racehorse. You know what I mean? Have fun. Day at the track. Welcome to the Something or Other tour. Welcome to the Something or Other tour. We're here at Golden Gate Fields, last remaining horse track in Northern California. Golden Gate Fields is in Berkeley, California, just north of Oakland, and it's got a view of the Golden Gate, hence the name. We're here, we're gonna enjoy some horse racing, get some food, hang out. Got Steve-O with me, the boy himself is on the way, and I think this might be the first official appearance of my mom on the Something or Other tour. This is so cool. They just recently announced that Golden Gate Fields will be shutting down at the end of this season. I'm not exactly sure when this video will come out, but by the time it's out, this racetrack is done for. So I had to come by and check it out. I've always wanted to come here, never got a chance to, but they forced my hand. And sorry, the quality of this video won't be as good. I gotta film this on my phone. They would not allow cameras whatsoever. I've said multiple times, it's a shame. I'm trying to document these places. No camera policies are really just outdated and out of touch, but it is what it is, you know? Horse racing is very much a dying sport. So the group that owns this place, they're consolidating their operations, moving all the horses down to Southern California where there's still a couple active tracks. But this is the very last track in a long history of Bay Area horse racing. There is still some horse racing at the State Fair in Sacramento, but that's limited to fair time, you know? Golden Gate Fields first opened in 1941. So there's over 80 years of history here, and it all comes to a close, and most people's big worry is the people that have worked here. There's been people that have worked here for many, many years. It's a place that has provided jobs and a livelihood for a lot of people. Unfortunately, a lot of low-wage workers. Come down here, get up close and personal with the steeds. Yeah, or is steed a specific kind of horse or not? I don't know my horse lingo. Pretty cool. We'll be down here getting ready, you know? Look, there's like a chase camera that'll go down this track and get the horses as they're lining up. Pretty cool. We'll have to come back down. There's horses here. This old ticket booth is awesome. These old entryways are awesome.
Turnstiles are like from the 20s, they look like, man. Old school ones.
So cool. How long has that food been there? Oh, I love these things.
No return gates.
Yeah, Parade Turnstiles, New York, Roto Gate. I gotta look that up. I can play with this thing all day. Thank goodness for the Parade Turnstiles coming. It makes me think of the San Francisco Zoo, I think, used to have these, and that was the first place I saw it, and it blew my mind. How many struggling fathers lost their whole paycheck right here, you know? There's still, you know, a lot of good memories here. Families came out here. It wasn't all degenerates, you know? Not that you have to be a degenerate to show up here. Man, if you happen to be a degenerate, it's a good place to hang out. Before the racetrack was here, in the 1800s, there was a giant powder factory which manufactured dynamite, TNT. Fun fact, that factory blew up twice in the late 1800s.
You can even still see some of the original giant powder factory shipping piers to this day.
That's other cool history here that I really enjoy. Who doesn't want to see a Wild West TNT factory just explode? I hope nobody died. The first track in this area was the Oakland Trotting Track. It was about 2 miles south of here that way. To me, the coolest thing here is this old Oakland Trotting Park, little painting.
racing. That was the track that was here about 2 miles south before this one. But then in 1911, California banned horse racing in the state. That ban wasn't repealed until 1933. So a few years after that is when Golden Gate Fields opened up. They originally built this amazing grandstand in 1941. But shortly thereafter, because of World War II, the military took over this whole track, the whole area, to store equipment for the war effort. And then shortly after the war, Golden Gate Fields resumed their horse racing here. Growing up right on the peninsula south of San Francisco, we had Bay Meadows. I put on my Bay Meadows pin. I found a bunch of these at an antique store. They were like 50 cents each, so I grabbed a handful. As a kid, I went with my mom. Sometimes her job would have work outings there. I had so many great memories at Bay Meadows. So many great memories. It was always a lot of fun. It was exciting to watch the horses, and it was just good times with my mom. Now Bay Meadows is condos, and just north of that was Tan Foran. That was another horse track that shut down decades ago. That's now a mall, and that mall is now dying, and they want to redevelop that mall. But everything's a cycle, and this is the last of the major horse tracks in Northern California, which had at one point a very deep history. Goodness gracious, you would think she was shot out of a cannon. Let's go, Elegant Boy! Come on, Elegant Boy! Let's go! Overwhelmed. Dude, I think you won. These cheaters! 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 Cheater! It was that Homer Wells, dude? I think you won. Oh, my horse came in, but yeah. Woo, Homer! Come on, Homer! Ah, no government cheese for him tonight. Yeah.
Look, I'm getting the Kraft Mac with the pouch, not the powder. We're going full Richie Rich mac and cheese.
Elegant Boy let me down. Yeah. My cable's gonna get shut off tonight. We won $5. I bet on that one. Yeah, I bet 20 grand. I bet 20 grand. What? On a different one. What? Ooh. Ooh. Look at all these tickets on the ground. Lost hopes and dreams. Come right here, place some bets. I like to just choose a horse with a cool name, you know? Since I am a night owl, I went ahead and put down $1 for an exacta on Twilight Empire and Clock Strikes 12. There's also kind of the high noon Wild West, dual aspect to that one. And on another race, had to choose All Hallows. I'm wearing black and orange. I mean, why not? And Smooth as Silk, because come on, you know me, baby. You know me. I would have bet on Valerie, but that old flame has left me high and dry on one too many occasions. There they are, race hats and everything. There he is. Greetings. Once again, I returned dressed to the nines, huh? For a track day. A lot of history is going away with this. Swirling Durbin coming around the last turn. Lost in the fog. Coming up in the rear. Anybody's choice with a desperate last final push. Morning routine is coming up on Cat's Tail and This track has been immortalized in books, in movies. It was in the movie Metro with Eddie Murphy, and in between races and on days where there's no races here, they do simulcasts of races at other tracks that are going on currently. So right now they're showing a race down at Del Mar in San Diego, and you
track,
and you can bet on those races as well. What is that stuff? Does anyone know what they cover these tracks with? I mean, because if you look up close, it looks like lint. So I found out this is actually turf. So it is like a fabric. I thought it was dirt, black dirt. And hey, well, I tell you, the bookies struck gold when I walked in here. There's definitely two sides to this horse track culture, which is funny. There's the guys that look like they're just trying to make an extra couple bucks, chain smoking cigarettes. Then there's the guys in the button-ups and khakis that look like they're at the Kentucky Derby, Some people are here dressed up like it's an event, and other people are just here because it's the thing to do. It's their hangout. Say hello to the world. I think it's your first official appearance.
watching the Bucket Brigade, trying to figure out what they're doing.
Bucket Brigade? Do you remember betting on Catella at Bay Meadows?
On who?
Catella, the horse named Catella.
That sounds familiar.
The Catella was the street the Genie of the Lamp motel was across from Disneyland. And we used to stay there, so one time, either I was at the track with you or you were at the track and you told me, because it was a work outing, but you bet on Catella. It did not win.
It may have been when I went with Grandma.
Okay. None of my horses are coming through. I might as well be betting on the Kaiser.
Lost my shirt in that last race. Looks like I'm 2 bits from the poorhouse tonight.
Last time I was this broke was before the war.
Walked in with a pile of dough and it's gone up like the Hindenburg. Horse racing has a very long history, so long that we can't really even trace it back. Ancient civilizations used to race horses in much the same way that we still do to this day, which is crazy. I mean, horse racing is part of ancient mythology even. There's a lot of ancient stories that talk about horse racing, and of course there's chariot racing and all that kind of stuff as well. But this is a very old pastime that has definitely lost favor recently, at least in the United States. I don't know about worldwide. The Kentucky Derby is still huge and all that. A lot of tracks have been shutting down, scaling back. I mean, are we talking high stakes horse racing or what? There's always the old time stereotypes of the old timers hanging out at the horse track all day, gambling away their paycheck. And it's interesting that still to this day, you see that at the track. You come here and you see that. As I've talked about with sports venues and things like that, I mean, I just love it. I love just these old walls. Flaky paint, old windows. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I talked to a guy here that's been coming to Golden Gate Field since he was a kid, and he's still here. He knows how to bet. He knows the game top to bottom. He's a little upset that a lot of people are showing up now that it's closing. So I was like, well, I'm included in that. I hadn't been here before. I'd been to Bay Meadows a bunch of times growing up. That's it. He said it hasn't been this busy in years. I talk about it in every one of these episodes of a place like this, how much I loved Candlestick and Oracle Arena and places like that. For horse racing fans, this was it. If you were in the East Bay, you were into horse racing, your dad, your grandfather was into horse racing, your mom, whatever, this was like Candlestick Park, Golden Gate Fields. Legendary horses came here and raced. So all that history is potentially going away. I'm gonna get my gear. I'm bunking with you. The drama here at Golden Gate Fields. Don't kick me. Which one of you will be my lucky lady tonight? Batman. Golden Age. Uh-oh. So these are the stalls that if the mob was fixing the race, jabbing with a little downer, one of these horse heads is gonna end up in some guy's bed.
Now, I'm telling you, this is my last race. Would you get that out of my mouth? Hey, stop. Would you stop that, okay? This is my last race. I'm telling you, fellas, I'm getting sick of it.
Many notable horses and jockeys came through Golden Gate Fields. Silky Sullivan, one of the most popular horses in the country, was a phenom with a come-from-behind style. Silky would lag out of the gate and turn it on at the end, coming back from seemingly impossible distances.
Silky ran his races upside down, taking himself back at the start, in this case as much as 41 lengths behind the leaders, then making a tremendous stretch run.
And Silky Sullivan is moving out. Turning home, music man from front by 1 length.
Despite not having the greatest accolades, Silky Sullivan was a sensation because of the thrill he brought to the track. Ridden by Hall of Fame jockeys like Manny Ikaza and Bill Shoemaker, Silky Sullivan was a star well after his racing days and would parade around tracks and events until his death in 1977. He was so beloved that he was actually buried in the infield of Golden Gate Fields. A Silky Sullivan finish remains a synonym for a come-from-behind victory to this day. There is a plaque in the winner's circle dedicated to Silky Sullivan that reads, "Out of the gate like a bullet of red, dropping behind as the rest sped ahead, loping along as the clubhouse fans cheer, leisurely stalking the field in first gear."
Here they come. Now my mom's feeling bad for some of them, you know. Silky Sullivan is not the only one. Another marvel of a horse called Lost in the Fog called Golden Gate Fields home in the early 2000s. He won his first 10 starts and was ridden by North America's winningest jockey and Hall of Famer Russell Bays at Churchill Downs in his last victory. Unfortunately, he was diagnosed with terminal cancer, which had caused inoperable tumors. He was pampered in his last days at Golden Gate Fields, eventually being euthanized, and his cremated remains were also buried in the infield. A tremendous horse racing career cut short at just 4 years old. There's been no word on what will happen to the remains of the two legendary horses buried here. Hopefully they will find a respectful resting place elsewhere.
As beautiful as this track is, as much as I've enjoyed horse racing growing up, this place is mired in controversy. Besides a giant COVID-19 outbreak in 2020 amongst the staff and workers here, there's been a slew of horse deaths that happened at this track. Animal rights groups have been protesting and fighting for the fair treatment of these horses. So someone like me, my family, my mom, we love horses, so it's very conflicting having places like this that we do enjoy. We enjoy seeing the horses, we enjoy the races, but we definitely want to advocate for good treatment and services for these horses that entertain us. So it very well might be a good thing that this place is shutting down.
I love walking around, seeing the old concessions and stuff. Like, this is what all the venues were like when I was a kid, you know? They all felt like this. Henry's right foot has taken the lead, followed up by TaylorMade, and they come around the back stretch. These horses have the best names, man. The best names. They're so fun. You all right there, boy? Yeah, that's a good boy. Charge! They got to get that bad boy out of the way because they're coming in hot around that corner. I need Valor to drop off. Come on, Valerie, drop off. Let's go. No. 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 I should have bet Valerie. I would have just won a lot of money. I can see how this is addicting. So close.
That's big bucks, baby. That's big bucks. That's big. We're broke. We're actually broke. We have the same bank account. Yeah. And I put it all on the line. It's all gone. It's all gone.
There he is, enjoying a race. High quality race time. There they go. They're off. One more finale. This is the second to last finale. These old seats are just like the old candlestick seats. Arco Arena had these same kind of seats. Maybe it's just the livestock aspect, but this reminds me a lot of the Cow Palace as well. I wish I could do a Cow Palace episode, but they stopped responding to me after saying I could.
I lost my pack.
Right past the traffic.
Cheater! Cheater! Another good day at the track, you know? And that'll do it. That was a photo finish to end the day. That's how you pick them. You know what? I'm gonna take a picture with the winner. We're finished. We're absolutely finished. You know that, don't you? You know I love me a good Sparks venue, so this fits the bill. I'm definitely conflicted when it comes to the treatment of the horses, and should this sport exist? I don't know. Is it possible the horses enjoy it? Maybe. I don't know. Are they treated well? I don't know. I'm not back there, but I sure hope they are. Nobody's been taken for a ride like this since Magellan. Well, boys, I ought to just scram to Timbuktu because I won't even have a hat to hide under.
What's up with my horse? Did they put in a donkey for me? My God.
Nobody's crossed the finish line this slow since George Washington crossed the Potomac.
Last time I saw horses race like this was the charge of the Light Brigade.
The jockey on my horse might as well be Herbert Hoover. He's doing nothing for me. Hopefully they let me keep my left shoe, otherwise I won't have supper tonight. I mean, we're talking 80 years horse race history right here, Golden Gate Fields. I want to go up to that booth so bad. This is the last of it. This is the last track in Northern California. Saying goodbye. This place is dingy and gross, and I love it. Love every bit of it.
Right, what I learned today is that the angry horses are the ones that will win. So bet on the ones that are acting up.
I can't believe I gave you the pin number. Yeah, so if you think about it, it's kind of your fault. You knew not to trust me. It's fun being able to enjoy a day at the track with my mom like the old days, back when I was a wee lad, back before the bookie took me from my hat to my socks. That's it for Golden Gate Fields here in Berkeley / Albany, California. Probably my last chance to ever see it. Horse racing is now no longer going to be a thing in Northern California, so I'm glad I got to check this out. I do have a VIP membership on YouTube as well as a Patreon. Either or will get you behind the scenes episodes and bonus content, all kinds of cool stuff. So if you'd like to support the channel, please check that out. Like, subscribe, share, do all the cool things the cool kids do. Something or other tour, right life. You like that one? As long as the boy likes that one, yeah. And next time, let me use my camera. That was ridiculous. Keep recording in case it kicks its owner in the head. Oh.